right. What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. What is going on, everybody? Let me just mute this real quick. Just trying to get everything set up, guys. Please, as you come into the live stream, hit a 1 in the chat. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Want to make sure everything looks good, sounds good before we get into it tonight. A lot of you guys have questions about these electronics. Man, we need to get into it, guys. We need to make sure you guys are out there, you know, have your system set up right, being able to see what you need to see and catch what you need to catch out there on the water. So tonight's topic, as you guys know, there has been a new release for the Humminbird Mega Live. Oh man, so somebody hit me up. I mean, I really appreciate you guys, my subscribers, always hit me up with great information. Somebody shot me a little message yesterday and said, hey man, you know they're coming out with another update for the Mega Live system. You're gonna talk about it. You have some things to say. So I was like, hey, I can do one better than that. Let me go ahead and do the update so that you guys don't necessarily have to do the update yourselves and have questions about it. Let me go ahead and do the update, run out on the lake, test it out. So today, what I have for you guys is all of the steps that I went through to get my update put in place. So I updated from the Mega Live 1.170 to the 1.20 update. All right. So I went out, I took care of that today. Then I went out on the lake and did a comparison between my settings and everything with the 1.170. Then I completed the update. I also updated my G4N 12-inch side imaging unit to I went from 2.75 to the 2.76 update. From there, I ran the 1.2 update, 1.20 update on my Mega Live, and that is a firmware update, guys. Real quick, the firmware update only needs to be ran once. Whenever we discussed this a few months ago, there were guys that were coming into the chat that you know, had questions. They had actually ran the firmware update for their Mega Live on each one of their units, which is not something that you want to do. Do not do that. Do not run that update on each one of your units. You are actually updating your Mega Live transducer. So you just run that update one time through that one transducer. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure you get active in the comment section. My subscribers, the money team, I mean, everybody that supports the channel, want to give a big shout out to you guys. So as you come into the chat, just drop your name in there. Let's see who we have coming in. If you guys have questions or anything like that, make sure you always get active in the comments. It always makes for a great discussion, and you never know. You never know who's watching these live streams. If you're having issues, or maybe you're trying to get your system set up a little bit better, there may be someone in the chat that can help you out with that. And of course, every once in a while, I have special guests that come to the show that know a lot of information about these electronics, about tournament fishing, about all of the different things that we cover here. But one of the main things that we do here, guys, for I see we may have some new people stepping in, is we are here to build a community of like-minded people that want to see each other get better out there on the water, just enjoy the overall experience. So for me, I am a tournament fisherman. So I will be this year participating in some BFL tournaments. They start next month. I know some of you guys are going to be fishing tournaments also. And we have people that, you know, just want to get out there, have a little bit of fun. Maybe they're out there with family, teaching their son, their daughter, you know, how to enjoy the outdoors. So we're here for all of that. And the other thing, I run Humminbird systems. We have guys that are in the chat, my subscribers, that run Humminbird, run Garmin, run Lowrance. Some of the guys run a combination of those systems. So regardless of what system you have, this is where you need to be. Make sure you put those questions in the comment section, because there's going to be somebody here that may have had the same issue or looking to do the same upgrades or switching systems or anything like that that you may be interested in. So just wanted to get that information out of the way, guys. And also, as you come into the chat, please hit the like button. It really does help support the channel and push this information out to more people. The other thing, guys, if you could please share this video. Just click on that share link right below the video and send it out to one or two of your buddies, so the main thing with that is the more people that we have getting active in the comment section, the more people we have participating, the more information that we can kind of disperse and help each other out while we're out on the lake. All right, guys. So you saw the topic for tonight. As we always do, guys, we're here to have a little bit of fun and mix it up a little bit and also share some information and always bring value to you guys, whether it's a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of learning some things that you may not have thought of before. So we're here for all of that. All right. So the topic of the night is the Mega Live update 1.20. And the other thing that we get into, guys, as you know, we pull up a little segment called How Would You Fish It? And in that segment for tonight, of course, we are going to be doing a Mega Live How Would You Fish It segment. And basically that is where I will pull up some footage from where I was out on the lake today running the new 1.20 update. We will take a look at the cover, the structure, the fish, water temp, water depth, all of that good information. And you guys just get active in the comment section. Let me know how you would fish it. Then I will throw in my input and let you know how I would fish it. All right, so let's go ahead and get active in the comment section. Let's see who we have checking in for tonight. And also, real quick, want to give a big shout out to the sponsor of last week's live stream every Tuesday at 8 p.m., guys. As I always say, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, Cash App, all that good stuff to the live stream during the live stream is the sponsor of that live stream. And last week's sponsor was Mako. We had kind of a little battle going on. It was kind of fun, guys. So Mako and Jason, they were kind of butting heads saying, hey, I'm going to be the sponsor. No, I'm the sponsor. So it was fun, guys. It was fun. But let's take a look and see who we have stepping in. So we have Joseph. What is going on? He is a member of the Money Team stepping into the chat. He says, what's up, guys? Michael, Cajun, Rob, DP. All right. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. So he is shouting out other subscribers, other people that are in the chat that have always come back and supported the channel. And like I say, make sure you guys get active in the comment section because you never know what type of relationship or networking partner that you can, that can happen whenever you're in these live streams. All right. Then we have Joshua. What is going on? Really, really appreciate you stepping into the live stream. He is one of my subscribers, and he is also the one who designed the logo for the MoneyBass YouTube channel. All right. So really, really appreciate that. Joshua says, yo, maybe they fixed my landscape mode being reversed. Uh-oh. Hey, I thought we had talked about that and talked about the fix for that. It was in the settings where you could, I can't remember if it's changing your port and starboard setting in there. And that may take care of that reversed issue that you were having with your landscape. But that's another thing, guys. Anytime you have questions, concerns, anything like that, make sure you always come back and drop it in the chat. There's more than likely someone that has experienced the same issue, and maybe we have discussed the fix for that at some point. But hopefully that takes care of it for you. But if not, of course, hopefully this update does take care of a few issues for you. And we will definitely get into that and go over some details to make sure that you guys do not run into some of the issues that you hear people out there complaining about once they have done their update, but they did not follow the instructions. So you want to make sure you always follow those instructions. Then we have Z20. What is going on? Stepping into the live stream. I'm running that Z22, man. So, hey, good deal, good deal. Michael with High Tech Redneck Fishing, longtime supporter of the channel, aka 1010. Yeah, he came in talking about he caught 2 10-pounders in one day in the chat one weekend. But yeah, good deal, good deal. Then we have Cajun Rob. What's up, big money? All right, and hit me with the 1. All right, we have Joshua B. Fishing hitting me with the 2. What is that 2 about? All right, then we have Dennis Williams says loud and clear. Really, really appreciate you supporting the channel. All right. And I can see more guys are coming into the live stream. As like I said, just make sure you guys get active in the comment section. What we are going to do is go over the Mega Live update. I've updated from 1.170 to 1.20. I completed the update today. Just wanted to make sure I had that done so that I could come back and give you guys some information on it. Completed the update, did some footage of my live imaging. I will show you guys my settings prior to the update. I completed the 1.2 update, then put the settings exactly back to where they were. And I have a few tips in there that would definitely help you guys out. So I have all of that footage that I will be playing for you guys. So as we get more and more people coming into the chat, really, really appreciate it. Just want to give some quick shout outs. And we have somebody stepping in early.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh, who is this stepping in here saying, hey, let me take that spot for tonight's sponsor? We have Big Jim Fishing stepping into the live stream, giving the $9.99, basically the $10 super chat. So Big Jim is taking the spot. He is the sponsor of the live stream at this time. And as I always say, guys, whoever gives the largest contribution, super sticker, super chat to the channel during the live stream is the sponsor of the live stream, and want to give a special shout out to Big Jim. I will be appearing on his live stream next week on Monday, guys. So make sure you step to his YouTube channel, subscribe. He goes over a lot of information regarding Humminbird tournament fishing, and he runs Solix units, guys. I run Helix units. So if you have, like I said, if you have questions, make sure you get active in the comment section, because you never know who is in here and who can answer those questions for you. All right, so Big Jim is putting me to work. So if you look down at the bottom, you saw that banner that was scrolling. That is where I list whoever is the current sponsor of the live stream. So let me get in here and change that from Mako Mills. Want to give a shout out to Mako Mills, last week's sponsor. So let me change that to Big Jim Fishing. All right, just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. We're going to get into it tonight. Have some fun with it as always. All right, so there we go. Big Jim Fishing. Update that. So if you take a look down at the bottom of the screen, hold on one second. Here we go. Here we go. Did I get that right? There we go, guys. Special thank you so much to Big Jim Fishing with the $10 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. He is the current sponsor of the live stream. All right, so let's see who else we have checking into this live stream for this evening, guys. Yeah, we're gonna have a good one. All right, and then we have Joshua B. Joshua B. Fishing says, damn, that hoodie hat combo is on fire. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So really, really appreciate it. So Joshua B. Fishing did hook me up with that logo. So I do have the merch. The link to that should be right below the video. And I will double check that once we get started in there. So if you guys are interested in the hats, the hoodies, and also the gaiters, I got those fresh off the press, guys. Those just came in. So there we go. So it has the nice logo on there, that black and blue. So just in time for that, you know, shield your face a little bit from that wind when you're running down the lake at about 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, if you're in a Phoenix like Big Jim out there flying down the lake. All right, then we have Deshaun Peck. What is going on, Deshaun? Strong supporter of the channel. Then we have Cowboy Jack. What's up with Cowboy Jack? All right, then we have Jay Smalls. Let's see what he says. Yeah, I am back. All right. Really, really appreciate that. We have Tim Davis checking in. Zach Alfred ready for this knowledge. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to get into it. And hopefully you guys, maybe some of you guys have already done the update. If any of you guys have already completed the update, put that in the comments. Just go ahead and say, yeah, I went ahead and completed the update. And I also did a poll a little earlier to see who actually would complete the update. I know some of you guys like to stick around and wait to see, you know, if anybody's having any issues or what type of, you know, comments, questions, and things like that come out once people have completed the update. All right, and we have another member of the Money Team checking in, Mark Scott, very strong supporter of the channel, and he has sponsored a few of the shows. Really, really appreciate that. And he's been checking out the merch. Let me know when you get that merch and what you think about it, Mark. Really, really appreciate you supporting the channel. We have Vernon Neal says, MoneyBass, my man, I'm iced in and tuning in. Oh, yes, sir. He's up there dealing with some cold weather, iced in. Hey, I was out on the lake today, man. You know, it's pretty nice out here. So, you know, I got some footage for you. So maybe you can live vicariously through that footage that I have. Then we have Michael says, Mega Live doesn't have a black box like Garmin and Lowrance. The software box is built into the Mega Live transducer. That is true. Then we have Jason. Here he goes. The man last week that was, you know, swinging. He was swinging on him, fighting for that sponsor. But he, you know, he got beat out just a little bit by Mako. But hey, new week. All right. Jason says, all Humminbird this year. All right. There we go. All right, and let's see. We have G Charter 97 says, did my update today, but haven't tried it yet. All right, so I definitely have some on the water footage after the update. You're going to see a little bit of everything out there, and I definitely show you guys my settings. All right, then we have G Charter 97 says, been really happy with Mega Live. Yeah, mine's been working pretty good too. All right, then we have Donald Brown. What is going on? Have Donald Brown checking into the live stream. He says, what it do, MoneyBass? All right. All right, then we have Michael. Okay, so Michael's getting in here a little active in the comments. All right, so he says, I'm good. I have COVID, but feeling better. Oh, yeah. So Michael, he's been dealing with it a little bit, but hey, he'll be out there on the lake pretty soon, catching those 10-pounders again. All right, then we have Joshua will be fishing, changing the port or starboard setting did nothing. It's a bug that a few others have. Okay, so that's what I was wondering. So yeah, hopefully when you do this update, that will take care of it. All right, Danny Rogers says, just to give a shout out for the U.S. Air Force, my dad is a retired 21-year vet. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Really, really appreciate that and appreciate his service. All right. And let's see who else we have. Jason says, hope you feel better, Michael. Yes, that is true. That is true. Cajun Rod Fishing. What's up, Joseph? Icy up here, but heading to Florida in the morning. Oh, okay. He's going to go up there and try to catch some of those big largemouth. Are you heading to Okeechobee? Maybe he has Okeechobee on his mind. All right, let's see who else we have stepping in. Uh-oh, guys, look what we have here. We have another contribution to the channel. Maggie, the substitute teacher. What is going on, Maggie? Make sure you guys going to check out her channel today. Man, you guys like seafood? She had some lobster that she was cooking live on her YouTube channel, guys. She has a live stream every day where she is cooking some great meals. She takes the meals that we love to eat and she substitutes the unhealthy ingredients with the healthy ingredients, to kind of keep us going out there on the water, guys. So that's what we need. Make sure you go and check out Maggie. She says, coming through to show support to you. Thanks. All right. Yeah, really, really appreciate that, Maggie. You guys make sure you head over and support her channel. Really, really appreciate that, Maggie. All right. And let's see who else we have stepping in here. Hold on 1 second. Let me just get caught up in these comments. Then we're going to hop straight into this video, guys. All right. So let's see. Where were we at? Let's see. Here we go. All right, so Big Jim says, what's up, MoneyBass? Oh, yeah. Big Jim is the current sponsor of tonight's live stream. Really, really appreciate it. All right, Caden Rob, give him a shout out. Vernon Neal says, multiple firmware installs would definitely cause problems. This was the thing I was telling guys before. Oh, yeah, guys. Make sure. Let me just repeat that again. This firmware update, you are updating the Mega Live transducer, not your unit. The update goes through the unit to the Mega Live transducer. So previously, whenever we discussed these updates, and we kind of went over the same thing with the 1.170 update, there were guys that were running the current update for the firmware for the Mega Live system. They were running it multiple times. They were basically running it on each unit because they thought that it had to run on each unit, but it does not. You pick one of your units, your G3 or your G3N or your G4N unit, and you run that firmware update one time. Once you update and you look and see that your Mega Live is on 1.20, then do not run that update again because you are good to go at that point. All right, then we have Michael says, Joshua, have you tried to reset your unit factory settings? So yeah, we kind of discussed that a while back in the chat. He's tried a little bit of everything. So I think they're aware that there is a bug that we're working out for him. So we'll see if this 1.20 update takes care of that for hold on. Lost my spot. All right, see if that takes care for Joseph. All right, then we have Jason giving a shout out, member of the Money Team, stepping in strong, saying, what's up, Big Jim? All right, I see you guys in here doing a little talking back and forth. Big Jim says, hey, everyone, I'm great, getting ready for Tennessee Boat Show in Lebanon, Tennessee. Okay, big deal going on there. All right, Mark Scott says, ordered my hat and hoodie last week. Can't wait to get them. Oh, there you go, man. There you go. So yeah, we're gonna see some guys sporting this MoneyBass merch out here in these YouTube and tournament streets. So good thing, guys. All right, Michael says, Jason, thanks. I'm feeling much better. All right, guys, I'm just trying to get caught up. Just have a few more comments that I'm going to go through. Let me see, just about 4 more comments. And what I'm going to do, I see some more people have tuned in. So just a quick recap. Tonight, we are going over the Mega Live 1.20 update. And I have footage that will basically walk you through the update. Very quick and simple. Then I have footage prior to the update where I went out, I ran my system. I have the 1.170 update currently on there. I just went out, scanned some brush piles, scanned some fish, and showed you guys what that looks like. I did the update to the 1.20 Mega Live transducer. And then I went back and went to the exact same location and scanned the same area so you can kind of see the difference. And also, as a special bonus, guys, I have footage where I'm throwing a shaky head. I'm throwing an A-rig. I'm just throwing a few different baits and letting you guys see how well you can track those baits with this update. So, and then, you know, kind of see what you guys think. What will you think as far as what you can see from this update? And also we will get into the how would you fish it segment, which is always a good deal, always fun. All right. And let's see. Donald Brown says, I will see you on Lanier Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We're going to be out there having a little tournament on this Saturday on Lake Lanier, guys. So we'll see how we do. See how we do with that. All right. Then we have Zach checking in. What is going on? He says, what is your PB spot money bass? Oh, man. Let me see. I think I was sitting at maybe like a 3.2 something. Then I think I bumped that up to about a 4.45. And then on that shaky head using that Mega Live system, I watched a 5.11 hit that shaky head. So my PB on Lake Lanier, my PB spot is 5.11. All right, there we go, 5.11 pounds. All right, good question, good question. Vernon Neal says, fresh off the presses, there are updates for Humminbird control units rolling off the line also. Okay, all right, so some info coming out there. You never know what you're going to find out, guys, because you never know who is in these live streams. I have special guests that come. Sometimes I'll bring them up on the screen. I have a few videos that I will be dropping like within the next few days of some people that came and they gave some great information about some settings that I'm pretty sure you did not know about, because it came straight from people that are in the know with these electronics. And like I said, whether you are running Humminbird, Garmin, or Lowrance, there are people subscribed to this channel and people that are joining in that run all of those systems. So any of you guys that have questions about setting them up, tweaking them, dialing them in, anything like that, make sure you put those questions in the comments. The more participation we have, the more information that we can flow and just pass on to everybody, and just make sure that these live streams are putting out value to everyone that tunes in. All right, then we have, let's see, Joshua B. Fishing says, let's see, he says, yes, sir, I have. When swapping the port starboard settings, I can actually see my waypoints go to the other side, but the image does not change. All right, then Michael says, maybe this update will help. Got my fingers crossed for you. All right, there we go. Yeah, we want to see some positive results for Joshua with this update. All right, just caught. And then Zach says, just caught. Let me pull that back up. He says, just caught my PB spot this past Saturday on Gunnersville using Mega Live 5.06. Oh, man, wait a minute. A 5.06 pound spot on Gunnersville? That's a very good catch. I mean, I haven't heard anybody catching spots that size. I wonder what the record is on Gunnersville for a spotted bass, because from the tournaments that I've been in, when people are hearing that type of weight for a spot on Gunnersville, generally a largemouth. So good deal with that. All right, guys, let me get one more comment in, and then we are going to pull up the footage where I will walk through. First, I'll just show you the footage from where I go and show you how my current setup is and how things look when I scan my brush piles, scan fish, and things of that nature. And we'll get straight into the update. All right, so let's see. The sponsor of the live stream at this point is Big Jim Fishing. And as I always say, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, or Cash App during the live stream is the sponsor of the live stream, because this channel is supported by you guys, the viewers. So I always want to make sure we bring value and a little bit of entertainment here and there for you guys. But special shout out to Big Jim. Make sure you guys go and check out his channel. All right, so what I'm going to do now, guys, let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody. All right, so we have Faith and Fishing. All right, Faith and Fishing, subscriber to the channel, says, is anyone experiencing depth on Mega Live lagging? All right, so that's one question. So you guys get active in there if anybody's experiencing that. I haven't really experienced any issues with mine that I wasn't able to take care of through adjusting my settings. All right, then Zach says, I asked the same thing, looked like a football. All right, exactly. So what was that the record on the spotted bass on Gunnersville? That would be interesting to know. But yeah, that was definitely a great catch. So want to give a big shout out to Zach for coming and sharing that information, because that is what we do here, guys. We go out, we have our good days, we have our bad days. But whenever you want to come and brag about, you know, the knowledge that you have learned, and you put that to work out on the lake, and you have great results, always make sure you come back and share that information here. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen, and let's get straight into this video. All right, so here we go, guys. Before I run my update is run straight out here. I'm going to scan with the current version 2.75, and this is prior to the Mega Live update with version 1.170. So I am going to go out here, let you guys see how everything looks right now. As you see, my screen is clear. Not really too much clutter on there. I do have it running a little hot. But first, I'm going to go out here, show you guys what I'm seeing on the screen. Then we will come back, take a look at the settings. Then I will do the update on the unit from 2.75 to 2.76, I believe. And from there, I will do another run, let you guys see if that changed anything. At that point, I will update my Mega Live from 1.170 to the 1.20 update and take a look at this, the fish, the brush pile, just see if there's any difference that you guys may notice. But let's go ahead and get started. I have it set out to 85 feet. So there we go. You can start seeing some of that cover coming into play right now. And that's about that 85 feet range. There we go. So it's over to the left a little bit. So I'm just panning over to the left and heading over here. So we'll see if there's any fish out here. Right now, I definitely see that cover. There may be some fish down towards the bottom there, hugging the bottom. But this is just to give you guys an idea of how I currently running my settings and how things look prior to the update. So I will keep heading out here. All right, and there's a fish out there, guys. That fish was about, let's see how far that fish is. See it right out there. That is right at the 50-foot mark. And now we are directly on top of that brush pile. Looks like a tree. You can see the branches and everything down there. Pretty good detail. There's a fish out that way. Looks like there's a fish right below that branch right there. And there we go, way out here. What is that, about 70 feet or so? You can see some more fish out there. I know someone is thinking, what is the clutter or trash at the top of the screen? As you see, there are leaves, pine needles, things like that out here floating around. And you will get a return on that, guys. So I just wanted to show that to you. So if you see that clutter kind of at the top of the screen, that's what you are seeing, some of those leaves that are kind of sinking down to the bottom of the lake. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at my Mega Live settings. Then what I like to do before I do any updates is go through and look at the settings for pretty much all of the other screens that I have. So this is something that you guys might want to take note of and start doing that yourself, as far as if you want to go in and take a picture before you do your updates and change these settings, because you will have to restore to defaults, and a lot of these settings will change and you will have to come back and update those. So instead of trying to remember everything that you have changed, if you document that ahead of time, then it will be easy for you to just go right back in and make those changes. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at the menu, and these are the current settings that I have for my live settings. This is prior to the update. And all I'm doing right here, guys, is I'm going through and recording all of my settings. So if you take a look at the menu up top, I'm going through my nav, my chart, my platinum, my setup, data sources, network settings, everything, and just recording those so I can easily go back to what they were prior. All right, so I am getting started with everything turned off, guys. This is really the beginning of the process for me. So I will turn on my network, turn the power on so it will connect everything that needs to be connected on the network. I will come up here and turn this one unit on, because that is the only unit that I will be running the updates on. I'm going to update this unit from 2.75 to 2.76. And I will also update the Mega Live transducer from 1.170 to 1.20. And in order to do that, guys, make sure you guys only run the 1.20 update one time through one unit. You do not have to run that for each unit on your boat. And actually, not that you do not have to, do not do it that way. You only run the 1.2 update one time, because you are updating the actual transducer and not the graph. All right, the other thing, let me go ahead and turn on my Mega Live transducer. that button right there that I installed to turn the transducer from my Mega Live on and off, the link for that is in the description, guys. If any of you guys do not have a separate power switch and that's something that you're interested in, I have that down there. If there are any discounts available with that, that will be located in the description also. All right, so from here, what I want to do is take a look at the settings, and let me exit out of that. Actually come back on this screen first. So what I'm looking for right here is to see which systems are connecting. So, and I'm waiting for my Mega Live to connect. And actually, while that's happening, let's go back and take a look at the system status window. So that will show you right there, the current software version is 2.75. On my base map is 1.031. And let's see if there's any other information on there. But really the main thing that we're looking at is you want to see that software version that you have on that graph. As you will see in the instructions, it says to use the latest software version for your unit, which is 2.76 for me. I do not know if it will make a big difference whether it is on 2.75 or 2.76, but I always like to follow the instructions to avoid having to come back and explain why I did not do something that the instructions say. All right, so there we go. We have that on 2.75. So from here, I am going to go ahead and complete the update on the system first. I will not put this on this video clip because I already have a separate video showing how to complete your updates. I will link that video down in the description also if you want information on how to update from 2.75 to 2.76. And I will be right back once I get started on updating the Mega Live transducer. The Mega Live update from 1.170 to 1.20 is a quick and easy step. All you do is boot your system up, go to the system status tab, and ensure that you are on the most current software version for the unit that you have. This is a Helix G4N side imaging unit, so that is 2.76. Then I will go to the accessory test. Window, and I will see that my current version is 1.170. Once I confirm that, along with the 2.76 being the most recent software version, all I do is take my SD card that I have previously downloaded the 1.20 version on. I just go ahead and put that in there and just follow these prompts. Just give it a second for it to recognize it. Upload nav data. I want to choose no for that. And the next option will be update Mega Live software version from version 1.170 to 1.200. While the software is updating, there will be a momentary disruption in the Mega Live sonar. Once the sonar returns, the software update will be complete. Until then, please do not disconnect power to the transducer. All right, so we will hit yes on this. So hit the right arrow key. Abort. We do not want to abort. We want to go ahead and run the update. And there we go, guys. Updating accessory. While the software is updating, there will be a momentary disruption in the Mega Live sonar. Once the sonar returns, the sonar update will be complete. Until then, please do not disconnect or power off the transducer. So for me, I like to ensure that my batteries are fully charged, and I do this at home just to ensure everything is fine. So it says this process may take up to 8 minutes, and you see the counter there. So all we will do is just watch this counter, and I will probably speed up the process a little bit so we don't have to wait through this entire thing. All right, so all we were doing here is just watching this update. It did take about 8 minutes or so for this to get updated. And once this is completed, then I head back out to the lake to give you guys some on the water footage. There you go, 1.200. Let's go ahead and head back to the full screen and follow that same track and see how it looks with the new update. All right, let me just pause that real quick, guys. All right, so right now what we have done, I updated my unit, the graph itself, from 2.75 to 2.76, but guess what I just found out? That after I downloaded the 2.76 update and updated that on the unit, there is now a 2.80 update available. So that just came out sometime this evening, guys, because it was definitely not there earlier today when I completed this update. So this video footage that you guys are watching, this was all done today, guys. So make sure you take a look and update to the 2.80. But also, the thing is, you just want to go straight to the Humminbird website and just check out what the latest version is for your G3N or G4N unit based on the system that you have. And just taking a look at it, guys, it shows that it fixed a few issues in there. So Joshua B. Fishing, what unit do you currently have? Because I'm pretty sure there is an update for that for your unit. And hopefully just running these updates will take care of that issue that you were having, along with the update that we're talking about to the 1.20. All right, so let me just hop back in the comments real quick. And basically this next segment that we're going to look at is now going to show you what the settings are. I put the settings back to the exact same settings that I had prior to running the update. I put those back in there because, as you guys saw, I documented all of my settings. But the other thing to keep in mind that I did not document and that I did not keep track of for my unit is my sonar settings, my the sonar, down scan, side scan, those specific settings with the sensitivity, contrast, all of that. Because once you restore defaults, everything goes back. Even your palettes that you have it set on, the color that you have set for your sonar, down scan, and so on, all of that gets reset. So you want to go in and document that so that you don't have to try to remember it, and you can just set everything back up pretty quick. And that is whenever you're updating the graph itself. But looks like everybody's going to be doing an update with at least with the G4N. I did not check the G3N, but the G4N definitely has this 2.80 update. I'm currently running 2.76, which was current up until just a few hours ago. Because like I said, I did all of this today, guys. All right, so let's see what you guys have been talking about in the comments. Make sure you guys get active in the comment section. And also want to give a shout out to the people that are over on the Facebook side. I do live stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same simultaneously, guys. So I do have people that are watching over on the Facebook side. So shout out to you guys. Really appreciate you supporting the channel. And let's see. Let me just take a quick look at something. How are we looking on the likes, guys? It really, really does help the channel when you guys hit that like button. So if you did not hit the like button on your way in, please take a second to hit the like button now, because the likes are looking kind of famished. I mean, we're looking kind of slim on the likes, guys. I mean, can I get like 5, 6, 10, 11 more likes in there? Let's see what we can do, guys. I think this is some good info. I think I'm providing a little bit of value. So yeah, hit that like button for me, guys. Okay, I see that number going up a little bit. Really, really appreciate that. And let me just check one other thing real quick, guys. All right, so we're looking good. And like I said, make sure you guys get active in the comment section. The live streams always feed off of the comments. So whether you are running Humminbird, we're talking about Humminbird tonight, but we're going over settings. You guys are seeing the images on the screen as far as being able to track the baits, the fish, all of that good stuff. Whether you have Garmin, Lowrance, or Humminbird, we're all out there pretty much doing the same thing. Live imaging is live imaging, guys. So we're looking to make sure that we help everybody out, help everybody have a better day out on the water. So that is the goal. All right, so let me hop back into the comments real quick and see who else we have checking in. All right, let's see where we at. Where were we at? All right, so we have Zach. So Zach is talking about the that big, what was it, 5.07 spot that he had. And let me see. I haven't found a wreck for Gunnersville, only showed one for largemouth and smallmouth. Also appreciate your service. Really, really appreciate that, Zach. All right, but I think we have some information in here for you. All right, so Joshua Corcoran. Okay, so is this Joshua B. Fishing? Was I getting the name wrong? Or do we have more than one Joshua? Yeah, we have more than one Joshua in the chat. All right, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. So yeah, I mean, I always appreciate new people stepping in. So what we do here every week, every Tuesday, 8 p.m., we get together on these live streams, discuss a lot of different topics. Sometimes I have special guests that I pull up, and it could be anything from I don't know. I mean, we were at an expo a week ago, interviewing different makers of custom baits, custom swim baits. Then we had some tournament guys on before. We, sometimes we get on here and we butt heads a little bit. I mean, we have Chicken Hawk may hop in, challenging me out on the lake, and I have to go out there and spank him a little bit. You know what I mean? To come back and report it to you guys on the next live stream. And that is something that we're putting together, guys. So what we are going to do is we're going to have a 10 boat tournament on Logan Martin. So if anybody wants to participate in that, and be out there live with me and Chicken Hawk as we go at it, make sure you guys hit me in the chat, or better yet, just send me a message on my Instagram. If any of you guys are interested in fishing just a little small tournament on Logan Martin, just hit me up and we'll see, how we can get that put together. But basically all we're going to do is have 10 guys out there. Everybody's going to be taking a little bit of footage when they're out on the lakes. We can come back and have a little bit of bragging rights. I mean, there will be a little pot involved. So, we'll have a little bit of fun with it. But yeah, make sure you guys get active and let me know in the chat if any of you guys are interested in that. All right. And then, so Joshua says, my depth sometimes runs at 120 feet when you are in 20 feet. So it sounds like you may possibly have your setting on auto. For me, anything that generally can be set to auto, I will set that on a manual setting. So the thing that I tell a lot of my subscribers is whenever you're out on the water, well, actually, whenever you're at home, if you're able to go out in the garage or whatever and just kind of mess around with your units, just change screens and everything like that, you want to get used to being able to change your depth very quickly whenever you're out on the water, so that it doesn't discourage you. If you're in 10 feet of water and now you're back out in 40 feet of water, you want to be able to go in there and make that change real quick and not have to worry about that auto setting, because there are some things that you may miss out on if you're using those auto settings in some cases, guys. That's for me. But of course, everybody has the way that things work for them, but that is just a suggestion that I have found works for me. All right, then we have Michael says, in 2001, caught an 8-pound spotted bass on Lake Kiowee. Okay. Oh, well, see, we know Kiowee has some big spotted bass out there. All right. He says it was a South Carolina record for 10 minutes. Oh,
yes, sir.
Oh, man, for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. All right. He says someone caught an 8.5 on Jokesy. This is still the record. Okay. Yeah. So I know those two lakes are right next to each other. All right. Then Michael says David Preston holds South Carolina record spotted bass at 8 pounds, 5 ounces. All right. So there you go. Who was that? That was that Zach that had caught that 5 something on Gunnersville. So yeah. So we're just trying to see what is the lake record for Gunnersville for that spotted bass. Let's see how far Zach was away from catching that. All right. So Joshua says he has a Helix 8 G3N. It's always one of the last to be updated. Will probably be out by Friday. Okay, yeah, so I didn't know that because I run a Helix 12 G4N, a 10 G3N, a 10-inch G2N, and a 9-inch G3N. So I kind of have a mixture of systems. All right, and let's see. We have somebody else new stepping in.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have, is that Veda Graves? Says, what's up, MoneyBass? What is going on? Welcome to the channel. Really appreciate you stopping in and checking out what's going on over here. Getting in here, having a little bit of fun, learning a little something maybe. All right, then we have Black Widow Fishing. Oh man, what kind of name is that? Black Widow Fishing. Says, strange. I'm on Humminbird site now and don't see the 2.8 update. So what system do you have? Because I'm running a G4N 12-inch Helix unit, and I actually just went to the website while that video was playing a few minutes ago, and it says software update Helix 12 Chirp Mega SI GPS G4N version 2.800. So Vernon Neal dropped that info, and like I said, guys, my subscribers, big shout out to my subscribers. You guys are always dropping some great information and hitting me up, letting me know whenever things are happening, and we'll get on here and talk about it. So anytime you guys have any topics, any hot topics, anything going on in the fishing industry, always feel free to hit me up, send me a message on my Instagram or in the comments. Someone did drop a message in the comments earlier today, and that's pretty much how this live stream came about, guys. All right, because we did have a different topic set up, and that's what we will be following up on, because I've been telling you guys for a few weeks that we're going to get into these BFLs. So I have reached out to several anglers. So we're going to have people coming on talking about tournaments, and we may add a little something in here for some high schoolers and college fishermen too. So hey, you never know, guys. You never know. Make sure you guys always reach out to me, especially if you have a YouTube channel and you're trying to work on some things. Hey, we're always out here to help each other out and help each other get bigger and grow. All right, then we have Darren Pearson checking in. What is going on? He says, I will be doing both my updates tomorrow. All right, sounds good. So yeah, I know you may have been experiencing an issue or two with one of your units. So maybe this will take care of that for you. Hopefully that'll take care of it for you, because I don't remember if it was a wiring issue, but you did send me a message earlier today, man. But I was out on the lake. I was trying to get this footage together for you guys so I could get back and, have some things to say. All right, and let's see. Okay, I see you guys getting very active in the comment section. Very, very good, because like I said, these live streams feed off of these comments, and that way we can always exchange more information, and there will be some valuable information in here that can help other guys out also. All right, so Vernon Neal says, Joshua will be fishing. The website doesn't show an update for your particular unit as of yet. All right, we have C219 Troll stepping into the live stream. What's up, Money? Is the FishMart working to update? Last I checked, it wasn't. I haven't even used that before, so I'm not familiar with that, but it's something that I've definitely been meaning to look into. Just always something going on, so I keep forgetting about that. All right, then we have Harry. What is going on? We have Harry stepping into the live stream. Hope everything is doing good. He says, hope everyone is doing well, out of town, doing work. Appreciate the work you're putting in, MoneyBass. All right, really, really appreciate you supporting the channel. And then he says, oh, Lord, you talking that smack already. Oh, we're not talking smack yet. I'm going to get Chicken Hawk out there on the lake. Now, we're going to see what happens with that one. So, yeah, if anybody's interested in, going out to Logan Martin, hit me up. Let me know, because we're going to put something together. All right, then we have Joshua back in, says, new Joshua watching from Australia. Oh, man, Australia. Man, that's kind of a distance away from here. That's not a quick hop and a skip. You might have to take a boat or something to get over. Well, actually, you might have to take a plane to get over there. Really, really appreciate you tuning in and supporting the channel. All right, then we have Harry says, Money, trying to get a little money for the target lock. Yeah, I might need a little extra spare change for that. All right, he says, going to update my units this weekend. All right, sounds good. All right, Dennis Williams, what is going on? Really appreciate you stepping into the live stream. He says 2-point update is available for my Helix 15 G4N. Wait a minute. He said Helix 15. Have you guys seen a Helix 15? Those units are big. I saw one at the expo about a week and a half ago. Those were way bigger than what I thought they were. All right, but yeah, good deal, good deal. All right, Vernon Neal says Black Widow Fishing. Only Helix 15, 12, and 10 have an update as of now. They typically roll out the update within a few days. All right, so that's good to know, guys, because I know a lot of guys out there do not necessarily have that 15, especially that 15, that 10, or that 12-inch unit. All right, then we have Cortez Cook says, got a new Mega Live. Thanks for the information. Hey, really, really appreciate you tuning in and supporting the channel. All right, and let's see, just have a few more comments in here. And what I'm going to do is get into the next segment in just a minute. That is going to be showing you the footage after I completed the 1.20 update and went back out there, scanned the same area. And what I did for a special bonus for you guys is I have a few lures and things that I was throwing, just checking the tracking and, just showing some things that some of you guys, I'm pretty sure but some people may not know. So, some tips and tricks on tracking your baits with your Mega Live system, pretty much with any live imaging system. All right, then we have Black Widow Fishing says G3N Helix 9 SI. All right, so it looks like they may have to wait on that update. All right, software update Helix 12 Chirp Mega, and these names are long. 2.8 released 131. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it did just get released today because it got released after I did my update. And you guys saw the timestamp whenever I'm out here. So it says I was out there at 3:49 this afternoon, getting this footage for you guys. All right, then we have Joshua says, normally I have it set in manual, just seems to jump back and forth, just adding 100 foot to whatever depth I'm sitting in. Yeah, that's kind of an odd one. I'm not really sure what would cause that. If anybody has any input that they you know, have experience with that, with the depth just kind of changing on its own. And also check your voltage, because that's one of the main things that people always want to make sure is good too. All right, then we have Greg checking in. He says, good evening, Money Bass. What is going on, Greg? Glad you are checking into the live stream. Cowboy Jack back at it again. He says this new update deals a lot with ice fishing. They started off today on the Mega Live and Helix 9 Ice. I noticed they were adding units throughout the day. That is definitely what happened, because like I said, this 2.8 was not on there just a few hours ago. All right, then we have Harry says DP having issues. Nah, how is DP doing? All right, good deal with that one. Then we have Cowboy Jack. It should help with the wet switch selection for hole hopping and interference when pointed and other transducer cone. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Make sure I read that right. Interference when pointed and other transducer cones. Give us a 2D split screen as well. All right. Hey, sounds good with that. All right. Then we have Vernon Neal says C219 Troll. The FishSmart app is going away. I think I did hear something like that. That I think is being replaced. And let me see. The new app will be the One Boat Network app. There we go. All right. Then he says, thanks for that. So there you go, guys. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You never know what type of good inside info you might hear from these YouTube streets. All right. So Dennis Williams says, when you get older, you have to get wait a minute. When he's doing a little talking on here. Dennis Williams says, when you get older, you have to get bigger units. So I know he's saying, you know, as you get a little older, you might need to be able to see your units a little bit better. But I mean, he got the big dogs, got the 15s. All right, then we have Michael says, Joshua, have you called Humminbird customer service? Yeah, with that depth changing, I would definitely call customer service and just check on that. So that could be just a simple fix with that. All right, guys. So we have got caught up on the comments, and just wanted to give another shout out to the contributors to the live stream. Really appreciate it. We have Maggie stepping in with the 199 super chat. Really appreciate that, Maggie. Make sure you guys go and support her channel. Like I said, she is a cooking channel. Substitutes the unhealthy ingredients in the foods that you already eat with the healthy ingredients. Because as you know, guys, we're out there doing all that fishing. A lot of you guys get out there, you're not drinking any water, you're drinking soft drinks and maybe some other things that you shouldn't be drinking when you're out there on the lake, and you may not be eating as healthy as you should. And after time, you know, it will catch up to us. So you want to go and check out Maggie's channel so that we can stay healthy out there on the water. All right. And then we have Big Jim Fishing. Big shout out to Big Jim Fishing. He is the current sponsor of the live stream. Really appreciate that, Big Jim. All right, let me just double check, make sure I didn't miss anybody. All right, so I'm going to pull this back up. Hold on one second, guys. Let me just drop this down. And now we are going to get into the footage of the 1.20 out on the lake. Let me know what you guys think. So what I will do, I will go ahead and play this. And then if anybody wants me to, I will pull up the original footage from the 1.170. And just maybe if you guys want to see a comparison with that, just bear with me real quick. Just wanted to drop this down. Did I miss something? Hold on one second, guys. All right, there we go. All right, let's go ahead. So this is 1.20 Mega Live update on the water. Let's just see if it makes a difference as far as the view and the clarity or anything. Let's take a look at those settings. I put all of the settings back to where they were prior to me doing this update. All right, so we're heading right back on the same course. All right, here we go. So you can start seeing that cover, that brush. Let's see if we see any fish out here this time. All right, getting right on top of it again.
All right, so for me, I was able to read it even before doing this very well because I'm used to the system. All right, there we go. So there's some fish out here. Yeah, a lot of fish out there. All right, so let's have a little fun. Now let's see if I'm just gonna throw a few baits out there so we can track those baits and just see how the fish react. All right, let's have some fun with it, guys.
All right, so there we go. Let's see what was next. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me pull that back up there. All right, so that is the 1.20 update, just going back and scanning the exact same area that I scanned with the 1.170 update. So did you guys see any type of difference in there? To me, it looked pretty much the same. I did not, keep in mind, guys, I did this all today. I did the update today, so I haven't really had time to go out there and get everything completely dialed in. But just off of the settings that were originally on there, it pretty much looks the same to me right now. Uh-oh, guys, hold on 1 second. Look what we have. We have a new sponsor of the live stream. Jason stepping in strong. He's like, hey, hold up, swole up. I'm back in action. I think I'm going to take the top spot this week. So he has hit me with the $20 super chat. Really, really appreciate that. So like I always say, guys, whoever gives the highest super chat, super sticker, Cash App contribution to the station, to the channel during the live stream is the sponsor of the live stream. This channel is basically sponsored by you guys, by the viewer. So I always try to make sure I bring value, sometimes a little bit of entertainment, mixed in with it. And whenever you guys contribute to this channel, I really, really appreciate it. Just really, really appreciate it, Jason. All right, so Jason, let me go in here and change this banner. If you guys take a look down at the bottom, you see that banner scrolling. It says, special thank you so much to the sponsor of the live stream. It was Big Jim Fishing. But Jason has stepped in and said, hold up, swole up. Let me push you to the side real quick because I'm going to drop that 20 in there. So let me go in here and update this banner real quick and change that to Jason, the new sponsor of the live stream for this evening. Really, really appreciate that. So now here we go, guys. If you take a look down at the bottom, you will see that the banner now says, special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, Jason. Thank you all for the super chats, super stickers, and pretty much supporting the channel. And want to give a special shout out to the Money Team. Anybody interested in becoming a member of the Money Team, the link is pinned in the chat and it is located in the description. If you click on that, it will give you some information, basically just letting you know the perks of becoming a member of the channel, which, as a lot of you will see, they have a badge right next to their name. And it kind of makes you stand out in the chat. And whenever we have different manufacturers or companies or potential sponsors coming onto the channel, whenever they have products, I try to make sure that I take care of the Money Team, try to get a little something for you guys in out there too. And eventually we will have, as we have some more things come available, the discounts will be available for you guys also. But just like I said, just take a second, click on that the MoneyBass link, the Money Team link, and that's how you get that information. But special shout out to Jason. Really, really appreciate it. All right, so let me get back in the comments real quick and see where we were at. All right, and so the next segment that I'm going to play, guys, is where I'm out on the lake with the 1.20 setup, the new update, and I'm casting out a few different baits and just tracking those back to the boat. So let me just go through a few more of these comments real quick, and then we will hop straight into that. Just have like 3 or 4 comments. All right, so we have Jason, special thank you for now becoming the sponsor of the live stream. Really, really appreciate it. Then we have Sunrise Showdown. Ryan, good to see you live. Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, every week getting on here, having fun with you guys, hearing some interesting stories, different topics, all that good stuff. Good deal, good deal. And we have Beta Grave says, awesome. Oh yeah, good deal, good deal. Big Jim Fishing says, good job, Jason. Yeah, really, really appreciate that, Jason. All right, then we have C219 Troll says, I love my birds for down imaging, side imaging maps, but it doesn't compare to my Garmin for live. Couple more years and maybe it will be comparable. Challenge. But hey, I don't know if we can get out there and mess with C219 Troll. He's out there cashing checks in those crappie fishing tournaments, guys. But I have some footage that I'm going to show you guys in just a minute. I mean, let me know what you guys think. All right, then we have Harry says discounts for Duralast, chainsaws for the stick fish. Oh man, Harry wants to get a little something started, man. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up the footage again. And now let's just take a look at just tracking some of the baits. And the other thing to keep in mind, guys, the settings are pretty much the settings that I had before I did the update. I did not go in here and spend the time tweaking it and trying to get things set up to the utmost potential, to get things set up the best they could be. But just off of the settings that I have now, let's just get in here and let me know what you guys think. All right, let's go ahead and take a look.
All right, let's start off with a shaky head. You can see that fish sitting right out here at about 65 feet. All right, there's my bait, hit at about 70 feet. It's falling down. There it goes right there. I didn't do any additional adjustments. I just put it back to the original settings I had before the update. You can see that fish following that bait down. So that's the shaky head at about 65 feet, guys. So that cast is now sitting out there at about that 60-foot range. All right, you can see a fish coming out of that cover right there. Again, I'm out here kind of drifting, trying to record, fish, and keep everything in the picture at the same time, guys. So right now, as you can see, I'm running it very hot. And just give me a second and I will see if I can adjust these settings and just get it dialed in a little bit, give you just a little bit of a clear image. Let's see, guys. And if you guys watch my channel, you know that for me, once I get it to where I can see these fish and see that the cover that I'm fishing, I am good. But let's just see if I can change something real quick while I'm messing around with it. And as you see, I'm drifting. I'm trying to do a lot at the same time, drifting in, but just wanted to give you an idea. Let me just pull back a little bit. Or some suspended fish out there. Let's just see how they react to this A-rig. Hold on one second.
All right, guys, please hit the like button if you have not already hit the like button. Just want to get those likes up a little bit. Can I get about 5 more likes, guys? And also, for anyone that isn't aware, that purple haze that you see on the screen is persistence mode. I normally keep that on low, but at this point I have it set to medium, so it's showing a little more than usual, but I just wanted to see if that allowed me to track those fish just a little bit better and the baits. So what I'm gearing up to do now is to cast this A-rig out here, and let's just check the tracking on that. You can see it hit right at 80 feet.
A-rig hitting. I'm watching it drift straight down. That's at about that 80-foot range. You can see those fish coming off the bottom, heading over towards it. And now I'm reeling it in pretty slow, guys. You can see those fish going up towards it. Let's see if any of those fish are gonna come and hit that. All right, I just bumped that brush pile and moved off of it. So you can see those fish coming right behind it. Let me slow it down a little bit and let it fall. You can see those fish coming in behind it. All right, there's that A-rig reeling back into it. Again, guys, I'm trying to record, do a lot of things, keep it within that beam. Let's do one more cast. I'll throw this one maybe out to that 70 range, but you can see all of those fish coming out from there. All right, so that's that A-rig. Gonna let it fall back down. And again, guys, I haven't done any tweaking or anything like that to my settings to where I can make that show up any brighter yet. But I'm sure once I do that, I will get a better picture. But let's just see if I can get these things to...
And the other thing to keep in mind, guys, I just paused it real quick, is I'm trying to record, I'm trying to keep the bait within the beam, and I'm trying to keep the boat from moving back and forth. I know you can hear those other boats out there going by and things like that. So it's kind of, you know, bumping me back and forth a little bit. So I'm doing my best to keep the bait within the beam while I am recording, guys. So that is one of the issues that I was facing here. So some of these things, whenever you're seeing that bait kind of disappear and the brush and everything where you can't see it, that is the reason why, because I'm moving the foot pedal to the left and right, trying to keep that beam, the bait in the beam.
Hit it. All right, don't want to get stuck on that brush pile. Got to get above that brush pile. All right, there we go. There's the A-rig. There's the fish coming off of it, chasing behind it.
All right, just wanted to try a different angle. And on this, what I'm showing you is I have a spoon. So I'm directly over, I think this may be that same brush pile, guys. I'm sitting in 25 feet and you can kind of see the spoon. I'm just jigging it up and down right above that brush pile. And what this allowed me to do, if you look at the sonar down at the bottom, you can kind of see it just kind of going up and down, just making those, I guess the little peaks that are going on the left side of the screen. And then if you look at the top, that is the live imaging. And I was able to kind of just jig that spoon all the way from one side of that brush pile all the way to the other side. And the image was pretty clear and bright. There may have been a fish or two in that brush pile, but at this point, I was really just trying to get some footage for you guys because time was ticking. I had to get this done and get back in. So as I'm scanning, you can see those fish in the distance. All right, so right here. All right, so I just made that cast. This is with that A-rig again. So the thing about this, I cast out at 80 feet. And what I just wanted to do was just see how well, without, like I said, without going through and getting all my settings fine-tuned yet, if I was able to track that bait. So you see it at 60 feet. I went below that brush pile on the right side. I brought it over the brush pile. And as you can see, I'm letting it drop back down because there are fish in between those two pieces of cover down there. I brought it up to the next one. I'm reeling it over it. So right now it is right at the top of that. Are you guys able to see that? So now it's on the other side of it. And now I'm letting it fall down again. I'm just kind of slowly outlining the that cover that I have down there. And there were some fish in there, but I mean, right now, guys, fishing is tough. They're not really, I mean, they're real picky. So it's finesse fishing season out here. All right, so there you go. That may be the last cast with that. Okay, here's another one, guys. So what I did on this one is I adjusted the water depth. And I think I may have put it to like 45 feet or so, something like that, just to see that it would allow that image to be a little bit bigger on the screen. So you were able to see it when it hit the water very well. And now I'm bringing it over that brush pile again. And I think I had lost it within the beam right there. Maybe I'll find it again. But that's really the thing that I wanted to show you guys was just if you change your depth and the distance, then that may help a little bit also. But I have, the other thing is I had that set out to 100 feet. When I made that cast, it went out to 100 feet, guys. So here we go. So at 100 feet, let's see where we can see it hit. So it hit right at 80. So even if it hit at 100, guys, I was able to see it when I had the previous update, but today just wasn't able to get that cast as far as I wanted to get it out there. But there you go, guys. So you saw it hit at 80 and you pretty much were able to see it. So what I'll do over the next few days, weeks, I will start back getting the system dialed back in the way that I had it before. And the same way that you're seeing those images there, I can get those a little bit brighter. I just have to go in and make some other adjustments on the Mega Live transducer settings themselves. All right, and there you go. You can see me just letting it go along right along the bottom. I was just tracking it down there, just keeping it just a few feet off of the bottom, just showing how you can use that live imaging to really guide that bait at the water depth, speed, and everything like that you want it to go to. All right, so there you have it, folks. There you have it. All right, so what do you think? Give me some feedback. Does anybody have any questions, comments, anything like that? But the main thing with this, like I said, I just wanted to get out there, do this update. So it might prevent some of you guys from having some issues if you do not follow the instructions correctly. guys, make sure you follow the instructions. Always follow the instructions. Don't skip any steps. That's one of the things that I have noticed in the past. A lot of guys will come into the live streams and they will ask questions like, should they do this or should they do that? And it may be like step number 2 in the instructions. So it would let us know that they had not read the instructions. They may be just trying to go out there and just hurry up and get it done. But you do not want to do that, because as we all know, whenever you're doing these updates, there's a section in there that says, if you lose power or you do this or do that, that you will have to send that unit into Humminbird to get them to repair it and be able to send it back to you. So you do not want that to happen. All right, so let me hop back into the comments real quick and see what else we have going on here. See if any of you guys have anything that you want to add to this. All right, so we have Harry says, good work on that footage. All right, really appreciate that, Harry. Sunrise Showdown says, pulling out the rig. Yeah, I had to pull it out. I mean, pull out that A-rig. I just wanted to, since I just did the update, I just wanted to, and I didn't have enough time to get everything dialed in to where, as you guys saw, the previous, whenever I did this with the 1.170, I was throwing crankbaits, jerk baits, spinner baits. I was throwing a little bit of everything. I had a little more time out there on the water to get that footage to you guys. So today I just wanted to get this out here so that we could at least go through the update and give you a little bit of footage on that 1.2 update, because people always have some questions about it. And, you know, maybe this would help. All right. Sunrise Showdown says, love it. All right. So Beta Graves says 1,500 image lock. Oh, yeah. $1,500 for that target lock. Oh yeah, that target lock. I mean, these electronics will knock a hole in your pocket. They'll knock a hole in your pocket. All right, then we have Michael says, Money, did you have your hydro wave on? If so, what is your favorite offshore sound? So no, actually, I need to get better at that. A lot of times I go out there and I forget to turn the thing on, but when I do, I normally put it on delayed schooling, or just regular schooling, bait blitz. Those are kind of the ones that I kind of use. Whenever I'm using it, I just want to give something that just adds a little bit of extra sound to it. So those are the settings that I use on my hydro wave. All right, so Dennis Williams says, that's awesome. Really appreciate that. Vernon Neal says, awesome video. Gives me goosebumps watching that A-rig hit the water and the fish react to it. Oh yeah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, when you get out there, and that's the thing, guys, you can get out there and get caught up in having fun just watching your baits and watching the fish and all that kind of stuff. And you're like, oh man, wait a minute, I need to hold up for a second. I came out here to at least try to catch some fish. I'm out here having fun playing with these electronics. So yeah, I mean, it's a good time out there, guys. All right, so Beta Gray says spoon is a good bait to test tracking. Yes, because of that hard return that you will get off of that. So yeah, you can cast that out there too. I did not do that and try to track it. Actually, I think maybe I did cast it 1 or 2 times, but I didn't really cast that out there in order to track it. All right, then we have, let's see, Gopher Hayes says, thanks for your help recently. Still haven't decided what to buy live for Solix or Echo Map. All right. Hey, I mean, it's always a lot of choices out there. Choices. All right, Sunrise Showdown says yes. All right, Beta Grays, we can see. Okay, so you guys could see. You just let me know that you could see it whenever we were tracking it out there. Sunrise Showdown says, what about a reaction bait of a sort? Your thoughts? So yeah, I mean, trying to if bait, I guess you're referring to trying to get those fish to bite. So that's the thing. What do you throw out there? I mean, it's real picky. Whenever I was out there, I had to drop it down to a finesse bait. And actually, I didn't put that footage in here, but I have some other footage where I found a nice school of fish. I'll put that together for you. But I was out there finesse fishing, throwing a little bitty Ned rig in about 40 feet of water or so. And that's what it took to catch those fish, because they're real finicky. You have to fish them very slow. So tournament time comes, people that are power fishing and stuff like that, this would really, you know, it would be tough on you out there trying to make one cast last like 5 minutes before you get it back in. All right, then we have Michael says, Gopher, I have both Solix 12 for my Mega 360, Echo Map UHD 93 SB for livescope. I got livescope well before Mega Live was available. You need to try both, then pick. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, different strokes for different folks. So some people like, you know, that Mega Live, depending on what type of system that you have set up. Some people like Garmin, Active Target. It really just depends on your budgeting, what systems you currently have, and just what you're trying to get out of it. For me, I like having my 360. I like having that Mega Live, and I like having that one boat network. Those are the things that, and I've just always had Humminbird, so it was just an easy thing for me to go that way. All right, Big Jim Fishing says, good show. I've got to go. See y'all later. All right, what is going on, Big Jim? Really appreciate the support of the channel. Big Jim stepping in. He was the sponsor of the live stream. Always showing strong support. Really appreciate that. All right, then we have Vader Graves. Would you try a 3-inch Demiki rig? I was trying that Demiki rig. Couldn't get them to hit it. They would come and look at it. I mean, I can watch them right there on the screen. I mean, because the other thing about it, as you guys saw when I did that split screen and showed you my sonar, and I showed you the Mega Live, one right above the other. So I can track it very well whenever I'm fishing vertical on the sonar. To me, just using the Mega Live just is, you know, just adds more of an element of fun for me. I could pretty much do that with just using my RTS window and my sonar. And I have videos. So if you guys search MoneyBass RTS window, then I show you how, if you do not have live, you can use your RTS window to track your baits live. All right. Then we have Cortez Cook says, do you use lithium batteries? No, I actually have one AGM battery that I run everything except for my trolling motor. It runs all 4 of my units. It runs the Mega 360, the Mega Live, my cameras, all of that off of one AGM battery. And if you search MoneyBass Mega Live installation, I think I showed that during the installation whenever I installed my live imaging system. All right, then we have Gopher Hayes says, Michael, I don't know anyone with Mega Live. Brother works for Johnson, so get big discount on birds in Minn Kota. Hey, discounts always sound like a good thing to me. All right, then we have Charles Wilson says, hey, Money, this is Charles from way up north. Nice job. Keep it going. All right. Really appreciate it. All the new guys that are stepping into the live stream. And guys, please make sure you hit the like button. Let's see how we're doing on the likes. Yeah, we're doing all right. Can I get maybe 3 or 4 more likes, guys? So it really does help support the channel whenever you guys hit the like button. And also want to give another big shout out to Jason, the sponsor of the live stream. He is also a member of the Money Team. If any of you guys are interested in supporting the channel and becoming a member of the Money Team, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, and it is also listed in the description. I also put anytime there are things that I think may benefit you guys, bring value to you, I put that information in the description. If there are any discounts involved, all of that will be in there, like the like that on-off switch for the live system. That link, along with some other links, are down in the description area. So I always try to make sure I put things in there that'll help you out, guys. All right, and let's see, where we at? Let me just keep it going. All right, then we have Black Widow Fishing says, at Money, have you tried adjusting your angle of degrees while in forward mode?
Yes, sir.
Sure did. And I set mine basically to where if I was fishing top water and I cast out, I can actually watch my top water bait walking across the top. If there are fish right beneath the boat, I could drop that drop shot down there, the Mickey rig, spoon, things like that, and fish vertical. So that's the way that I have my settings, because I like fishing offshore, guys. So a lot of my settings are done for offshore fishing. And right now, you know, that's kind of tough. I may have to grab a crankbait or something like that and, you know, find some rocks around, rocks, lay downs, things like that, and get busy with that this weekend. Who knows what it'll be. But of course, I'll bring that footage to you guys so we can get in here and have some fun with it, dissect it, talk about it. All right, then we have Zach says, what's your battery setup for your units, Mega Live and cranking? All right, let's see. All right, so yeah, so just search MoneyBass Mega Live installation, and I show you my batteries, the wiring, the fuse panel, the fuses, all of that stuff. It's actually linked in the description on this video. So if you take a look at this video. And also the other thing, guys, let me just double check something real quick. Just bear with me, because I did want to make sure, because some of you guys have sent me messages asking about the merch. And I want to make sure that I have that available on this video for you guys. So just bear with me real quick. Let's see, where was that at? Okay, here we go, guys. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, I actually forgot to put that link in there. So that's why you guys were asking me about that. Let me add that, and hold on 1 second. So you guys were asking about the hats. So let me put the hats, the link for the hats in here, guys. So that is the hat. There's 2 different styles that are available, and just trying to see if I have both of those in here. So definitely this one that I have on, and the other one is the hoodies. So let me go ahead and drop those in there. All right. And there's a few different selections that you guys can have for those hoodies. I made sure that I put those in there also. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. All right, there we go. I have the hats and the hoodies in there for you guys. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to take a look at is, all right, have that updated. All right, guys, let me take a look. Just stay active in the comments again. Make sure I'm not leaving anybody out here. All right, so Michael says, go for the discounts are attractive. Here's the truth. Both do the same. It's your brain that interprets the information on the sonar screen. All right, good info, good info. Z20 Fishing, often awesome mega live vid, MoneyBass. All right, really appreciate that. I'm glad that you guys are finding value in the information and it is helping you out. So every week, 8 p.m., we get on here. We have fun with it, guys. I always like hearing some feedback and see how you guys are doing out there on the water also. All right, then we have Cowboy Jack says, One Boat Network is where it's at. I'll give up some Garmin detail. All right. So yeah, everybody has their, their pros and cons for the different systems. All right, Brian says, do you have to run the Humminbird forward facing sonar? Let's see. So if you're asking, can you stop the pinging on that or turning off? Because you're saying, do you have to run the Humminbird forward facing sonar? So you can turn that off. You can just go into the settings and turn the pinging off if that's what you're asking. And also, if you just wanted to turn your live imaging off, that blue button that you saw me press, I have a button specifically dedicated to turning on that live imaging system. So anytime I need to reset it, or if I'm not going to be using it, let's say that I took the boat out of the water for the weigh-in or something like that, I can just hit that switch and make sure that that Mega Live transducer is turned off so it doesn't overheat or anything like that. All right, and the other thing, guys, anybody that is new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. We have been growing fast, guys, and I saw that there was a lot of new people in here. Make sure you guys share these videos. Share this channel, because like I said, the bigger that we get, the more information that we will be able to share, and in turn it may come back and help you out on the water too. So we're here to see everybody get out there and succeed, have a good time on the water. All right, Go for Hayes says, Money, where are you from? What tournaments do you fish? So I am in Georgia, not far from Lake Lanier. This year I fish with the Rod Benders Bass Club out of Atlanta, Georgia. If you want to check out that bass club and consider becoming a member, you can go to www.rodbendersbassclub.com. And this year I will also be fishing the BFLs. That's right, I will be out there fishing the BFL tournaments. So the first one is taking place on Lake Lanier, and it will be on February 18th. So I'm pretty sure it will be a big turnout, because there's generally a lot of people that come and participate in that tournament series. All right. And let's see. Sunrise Showdown says, off topic a little bit, but good to know about. When are you and Hawk going to have a tournament against each other? I'm ready to watch. Oh, man. Oh, man. So that's in the works. So as you guys know that have been following the channel, Chicken Hawk has been talking about Logan Martin. So the thing is, what I will probably do is put together a small pot tournament, maybe 10 boats or so. If anybody's interested in participating in it, want to come on down and, be there to see the show and be a part of that tournament, just send me a message in the comment section, or you can send me a message on my Instagram. Instagram is @officialmoneybass. And actually, if you take a look at the banner that is scrolling across the bottom, let's see, my Instagram is @officialmoneybass. You see it scrolling right down there at the bottom. So just send me a message on that. And basically what I'm going to do is we'll probably have around 10 people. Each person will be responsible for recording some footage while you were out on the lake so that we can kind of put together, you know, a little video and come back and have a good time in here. You know, we'll see who comes back with the bragging rights and maybe a little bit of the chain too. So yes, we're putting that together, guys. All right. So hopefully that answers that question. See about getting Chicken Hawk out there on the lake. All right, let me see, where were we at? All right, then Harry says, Sunrise, do not get money started. The Hawk getting ready, testing his new toys versus natural fishing. Yeah, it's Chicken Hawk. I mean, I don't think he's gonna show up. All right, then we have Harry says, need some DP merch. We need some DP merch. All right. All right, Sunrise Showdown says, oh no, it's on, big dog, gotta watch. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it. So we may actually do some camping, you know, something like that, and everybody just get together and have a good time out there, have a fire going and all that good stuff, guys. All right, Sunrise Showdown says that matchup will bring everyone to both channels. All right, we'll see about it. All right. We have another contribution to the channel. We have Jay Parrish. All right, he's been back there just kind of watching in the background. I haven't really seen too many comments, but I do see that Jay Parrish is a subscriber to the channel. Really appreciate you making that contribution and supporting the channel. Just getting active in the comments, watching, just showing your support. Really appreciate it. All right, and let's see who else we have in here. All right, so yeah, talking about that matchup. So yeah, we're gonna try to get something set up. We just have to get the date right. Let's see, the matchup will bring everyone to both channels. Then Brian Berry says no, are able to run other brands. Let me see, are able to run other brands. I don't know, just clarify that question. Not really sure what you're asking me on that one. All right, then we have Harry says, I would love to get down there for that, but maybe this fall. May have to bring DP out with me to bring the heat on money. I don't know about that. But hey, DP can do his thing out there on Logan Martin. But the other thing, guys, we are having a very big open tournament for the Rob Bender's Bass Club. The homecoming tournament, which takes place on April 29th. Very big payouts. There will be 100+ boats there. If anybody is interested in that, please make sure you go to the robbendersbassclub.com, to that website. There should be more information on there about it, but I will keep mentioning that tournament as we get closer to it. But I think registration is already open. So based on when you register, that will be your boat number. But like I said, there are some big payouts. I believe one year, first place was either $7,000 or $10,000, guys. It will be on Lake West Point, April 29th. So make sure you guys check out www.robbendersbassclub to get more information on that. All right. Then we have Gopher saying, good luck with the BFLs. Oh man.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna be something. I appreciate that. Yeah, I might need a little good luck with it. So I mean, I'm just trying to, I think they say if you stay in the top 40 or something like that, you qualify for the regional. So maybe we'll set that up as a goal, something like that. What do you think? All right, then just want to give another shout out to Jay Parrish for his super sticker, $2.99. Really appreciate that. All right, so Jay Parrish has a question. He says, what do you think about Mega and salt water inshore? I don't really know anything about fishing in salt water with your Mega Live. I haven't really watched any videos. Nope. Has anyone in the chat fished saltwater or fish saltwater inshore with their live system? But my initial thought would be it should be just as good in salt water. And for me, I used to go out and do a lot of salt water fishing on the party boats and a few things like that with some guides. And one of the things, to me, those saltwater fish are aggressive. To me, you almost always catch something. Something out there is always ready and willing to eat something else when you're out there saltwater fishing. So using that live imaging, I can't see how you can't get out there and have great success with being able to find and track fish using that live imaging, and especially with it being able to see out past 100 feet. Like I do have a video where I didn't show it in this one, but I have another video where I was out on the water, and I think I set it to maybe 110, and I found some cover out on the lake and just started back maybe around 120 feet or so and just let it come into range. And I started picking up the structure, and then I started seeing the fish at a very, very good distance. I can't remember. Maybe if you type in MoneyBass Mega Live tracking, type that in the search, and then maybe that video will come up and you can see some of the tracking. And that may have actually even been with the 1.150 update. I think I did another one with the 1.70, but yeah, just search that and hopefully that will answer your question. If nobody in the chat, in the comments, has anything to say about that. All right, so Zach says, what's the date on your tourney on Logan Martin? Oh man, I don't know yet. I mean, I have to talk to Chicken Hawk and see what he's talking about. And then, but right now, if anybody's interested in coming and participating, yeah, just shoot me a message on Instagram, and then I'll kind of give you guys updates as to how we're going to work that out with everything. All right, then Sunrise Showdown. Can you do the tournament live between you and the Hawk? Oh yeah, that is going to be a live. I actually went out on the lake. I think it was last week or this weekend, and I was kind of testing it out to see how well the signal would be with doing the live. So maybe I'll go out and I'll do it again, and I'll just drop a link and let you guys just kind of chime in and just see how it works. It may cut in, cut out, but I'll go out there and just set up a quick live so you guys can see me out there on the lake, and we can just do a test run that way. So what do you guys think? Thumbs up with that? Thumbs up. Try to get some live footage on the lake. See how that works out. All right. So Faith and Fishing, not seeing 2.8 on Helix 9, only for 10, Helix 10. Yes. So that is the thing. They did mention that it is only out for the 10, 12, and 15 right now. But maybe later in the week, it will come out for the other units, because that 2.8 just happened this evening. I did my update to 2.76 earlier today, and that 2.80 was not on there at around 2 or 3 o'clock today when I was doing my update. All right, then Jay says, thanks, man. I'm an Oconee guy, by the way, and fish. Northeast Florida inshore. Okay, all right. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. And then Jay Small says, I believe it was used by commercial fishers on saltwater first, or a early form of it. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that there were some people using that in saltwater. I just can't really remember any of the details about that. But I would just try searching Mega Live saltwater, and I'm pretty sure something would have to come up. All right, then we have Michael says, yes, Mega Live will work in saltwater. It has a depth limit of 150 feet in freshwater. Saltwater will decrease the depth by about 20%. All right, there we go. Great information. All right, then we have John Polly checking in. What is going on? And listen, I saw your question. You're wanting to know, how do you put the depth on your 360 screen? And I was out on the water today, and I meant to go in the settings and see where that was exactly located. I forgot to look, but I will try to remember to get out there and take a look at it tomorrow, and just see if I can go back and answer that question to you, for you, about getting your depth and your readings to show on your Mega Live system. All right, but yeah, really, really appreciate you coming into the live stream. And I know you're out there fishing some BFLs too. So, hey, we're going to be doing some live streams about BFL. So maybe you can have some good input on that. All right, really, really appreciate you checking out the live stream. All right, and strong supporter of the channel. I see you are a subscriber. Really, really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it. All right, then we have Sunrise Showdown says, love it for the live. All right, thanks. Thumbs up. All right. Jay Small says, thanks, Michael, on details. Wasn't sure, just read a lot and have a couple of striper fishers on East. All right, then we have Ryan Potts. What is going on? Ryan Potts checking in, says, don't forget to update units first, then live. Target lock update available later in the next few days. Yeah, so I saw that there was an update for target lock. I'm not sure when that one came out, but I did see an update that was listed on there also. All right, then Gopher Hayes says, I'm from Wisconsin. It was 8 today. Would like to come south and catch some spots. Any lakes you would recommend? I've read Carter's Lake has some giants. Yes, I've heard Carter's Lake has some giants. Search MoneyBass Carter's Lake and you will see some not giants that I was able to catch out there. So I've heard they're in there, but it wasn't an easy thing to get out there and catch those fish. So what I was catching, they were kind of on, I would say maybe around 14 inches or so. I think somebody did come in with a nice sized largemouth, I believe. But yeah, so Carter's does have some very large spotted bass in there, but I was not able to catch any of those. All right, so let's see who else we have stepping in here. All right, hold on one second, guys. All right, but yeah, so lakes, definitely Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier has some large spots in it. For me, it was easier to catch big spots in Lake Lanier. I don't know. Does anybody else have any other suggestions? Carter's Lake, Lake Lanier, both of those, and then Jokasee and Kiowee. Those are some lakes that you might want to check out. All right, then Michael says you should be good at seeing the striper. You might have to turn up the gain and drop the contrast. All right, so yeah, get those settings adjusted. All right, then Edward Ragsdale Fishing. What's going on? Glad you're stepping back into the live stream. Says Lake Kiowee's BFL this past Saturday was tough. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you fish the BFL at Lake Kiowee? Because I reached out to the guy that won. Goodness, I can't believe I just forgot his name, drawing a blank on it. But yeah, I've been sending him some messages. So hopefully he will be on the show next week. And if you fished it, I'm just reaching out to guys that are finishing and fishing those BFLs, because we will be doing updates along with the updates for the tournaments that I fish, and just kind of, yeah, that's it. Emil. Yeah. So he came in. And yeah, he's out there doing his thing because he's won some on Lake Lanier. He's down there in Florida now fishing down there. So he's doing his thing. Yeah, Emma Wagner. There you go. Yeah. So I've been sending some messages to him. So we'll see if we'll get him on the show, hopefully for next week, guys. But yeah, so Edward Ragsdale Fishing. So how did you do out there on that lake? Did you fish the Kiowee BFL? All right, so Gopher says, I'll check it out. Thanks. All right, then Lake Burton is another lake down here. I've heard of that one. I don't think I've ever fished Lake Burton before. And then we have Brian Berry says, okay. Edward Ragsdale Fishing, correct. All right, Smith Lake. Okay, yeah, I've never fished. I haven't fished Smith Lake. Zach says that's a good spotted bass lake. All right, so Edward Ragsdale Fishing says he's a guide on Lanier too. Yes, that is true. I saw that. He is a guide on Lake Lanier, so he's out there doing his thing big time. All right, Lake Jokasee. Is that how you pronounce that? Jokasee or Jokasee? Because I've heard some people pronounce it a few different, well, at least 2 different ways before. My friend's son caught 22 pounds all spot, biggest one 7.5 this past weekend. Oh man, wait a minute. I might have to go and check out that lake. I want to catch a 7-pound spotted bass. Oh man. Okay, and then Edward says he didn't do too well out there on Kiowee. Yeah, I heard it was tough. A friend of mine fishes a co-angler. I think he said he came in with 2 fish. So yeah, it is tough. All right, okay, Jokasee. All right, there we go. All right, so all right, guys, let's see. Does anybody else have any questions? Hope this information has been very valuable. How are we looking on the likes, guys? Please make sure if you did not hit the like button on the way in, make sure you hit it on the way out. So yeah, likes are looking pretty decent. Oh yeah, likes are looking real good. Really, really appreciate that, guys. I'll see if we will be doing another live stream for tonight, trying to get some guests put together. And so if the live stream happens for tomorrow, I will send out that notification for that. So guys, be on the lookout for that. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Always check the description. I put some great information in there. If anybody's interested in the merch, the hats, the hoodies, that information is linked down in the description. And also the gaiters that I showed you guys a little earlier. These right here. All right, with that nice black and blue on there. Those are available. The link for that is in the description. So make sure you guys take a look at that. All right. And Gopher says, have you heard of Humminbird, a new live transducer coming out? I have not heard about that, but you know, of course, there's people that are always mentioning like, hey, they need a live 360. I mean, that would be something right there if somebody does come out with that live 360. Right now, the thing that I think is the closest to that is the Lowrance setup, but that requires you to buy 2 transducers, and it still doesn't have a full 360. So that's the only thing that I've heard of that's close to that. All right, guys, I hope this information has helped you guys out, been valuable. Really, really appreciate you supporting the channel. Please make sure you guys share this information, share the channel, share the link to the channel, because we are growing, trying to get bigger. The more people that we have coming in, the better the information will be, the more information that we can share, and hopefully we can help each other continue to get better on the water. Really, really appreciate the support of the channel, guys. Stay tuned. Hopefully we will be back tomorrow. I will let you guys know. I will drop the link for that if we do get those guests set up for tomorrow. All right, we have Vernon Neal saying, great show, bro. Thank you for the info. All right, really, really appreciate it. And want to give some real quick shout outs before we head out. We had Joe Parrish. Joe Parrish stepped in with the $2.99 super sticker. Really, really appreciate that. Then we also had, who else did we have stepping in this evening? Let me see. Let's see. Who else did we have? We had Big Jim. Where's Big Jim at? Hold on just a second, guys. Oh, can't forget about Maggie. We had Maggie step in with the $1.99. Really, really appreciate it, Maggie. All right, make sure you guys check out her channel. And we had Big Jim Fishing. Oh yeah, Big Jim Fishing. He stepped in. He was like, "Hey, I want to be the sponsor of the channel, or the sponsor of this tonight's live stream." But guess what? We had somebody step in that said, "Hold up, swole up. I think I'm gonna take that spot." We had Jason coming in strong with the $20 super chat. Yes, he is a member of the Money Team. Really, really appreciate it, guys. And let's see, who else do we have stepping in? All right, so we had, all right, Jay stepping in. Really, really appreciate that, Jay. Really appreciate you getting active and participating in the comment section also. Then we had Jay Smalls. I'm going to mention you on my channel. Really, really appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Every little bit counts. We're growing and growing fast, guys. We hit 5,200, almost 5,300 subscribers pretty quick. So I think you guys are really finding some value in the channel, and we're having some fun with some things. So sometimes we'll have topics like this where we go over electronics, things like that. Sometimes we may get on here and, you know, have some fun talking about how we're going to whoop up on this person or that person out there on the lake. Or it just could be some information about the lake's lures, different types of products, things like that. But always something, always trying to bring value to you guys. All right, guys, really, really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you on the